We can't have a moat filled with hungry crocodiles to protect our most essential tools, like Salesforce, QuickBooks, Google Drive, our server, our ERP, Siebel, Citrix, yep, even our computers. But we can have 2FA or MFA. In this video, we'll answer 4 key questions. Number 1, what exactly is 2FA or MFA? 2FA and MFA describe extra layers of authentication. Many business applications, specific websites, and file management tools contain confidential information. Before you can access them, they might need to double-check that you are who you say you are. 2FA is two-factor authentication, which means you'll need to pass a second checkpoint. First, you enter your correct username and password. Then you might receive a text message with a 6-digit code that you enter into the website or application to complete the verification process. Why is 2FA useful? Imagine some guy steals your username and password into online banking. Your bank implemented 2FA, which means that a potential thief also needs to access the cell phone connected to your profile to access your account successfully. He doesn't have your phone, so he can't get into your bank account. But most banks don't rely on 2FA, which requires exactly 2 forms of authentication. They use MFA, Multi-Factor Authentication, with 2 or more authentication factors. You may notice that some websites, especially banks, ask you to assign a profile image. Your selected image appears when you go to your login page and put in your username. If it doesn't, you shouldn't log in. That photo, your password, and the security code you receive by email or text represent 3 authentication factors. Number 2, why should your organization implement additional authentication standards? 2FA and MFA increase people's awareness of data security. Suppose you get an email with a notification that a sign-on was prevented because the final verification failed. In that case, you know someone's trying to get into your account without your permission. The result? You'll be more careful and deliberate the next time you log into that app. You'll enhance your security by changing your password. You'll monitor all account activity. This vigilance is important. 2-step verification reinforces your focus on security and keeps data confidentiality top of mind. But the bad guys don't stop. They want your data. Protected data is any piece of confidential info that needs to stay confidential. Protected information includes personal, financial, demographic, and biometric data. Protected data is extremely valuable, making data breaches extremely destructive and expensive. Every business works with some protected information. That means every business should implement extra authentication standards. No business is too little or too big to skip adding 2FA or MFA. Number 3, how can you get started with 2FA or MFA? Make a list of all the applications and tools that contain, use, or connect to protected information. Every item on this list should be secured with extra authentication if possible. Open the tool's security settings and look for 2-step verification or something similar. Then just follow the on-screen steps. Ideally, you'll roll out 2FA or MFA to all users by making a global change as the application administrator. This configuration will then prompt your users to follow the necessary steps to use enhanced authentication in the future. Your enhanced security posture should be documented in your IT security policy. You'll want to document the full list of all applications that have 2FA or MFA enabled. You'll also want to write the procedure for adding a new user or removing a former user. If you have many applications that use 2-step verification, you can bring everything under a single umbrella by implementing a vetted identity and access management tool like OneLogin. Finally, number 4, what other steps can make 2FA and MFA even more effective? MFA is not, unfortunately, the end-all be-all of data security. Extra layers of authentication are a significant step in improving your security, but the next steps are the most important. As you switch to 2-step authentication, take the opportunity to mandate a strong password policy and the use of a vetted password manager. These 3 actions combine to create an optimal first line of defense, which of course you'll want to document in your IT security policy. It's not a moat filled with crocodiles. It's better. If you need help with 2FA or MFA, SynchroNet is here for you. We'll help you take the best steps to improve your security, productivity, and technology. You're watching Synchro News Online.